Egypt and Sudan. It's been contested and unclaimed about 800 square miles. He researched it, flew to Egypt, rode in caravan for 14 hours to the arid mountainous desert just to make his little girl a princess. He planted a flag and calls it his own. Is he deeply delusional and feeding his daughter's delusion, setting her up for a lifetime of disappointment? Or is he the greatest dad ever? Let's discuss with our party panel. They are back. It's Michael and Guy. So I'm going to start with you, Michael.
When I first heard this story, I'm going to say we're all thinking, I just really hope the Make-A-Wish Foundation doesn't find out about this, because all those requests from the kids to meet Beyonce or Joan Collins are going to go out the window.
I know.
Please, Mom. Yeah, and now they're all going to want the little country in Africa. When I was a kid, going to live in the desert in Africa was not a reward. It was a punishment. So I don't
Not even in Sudan? I mean, Sudan's totally.
But South Sudan's the good Sudan. This is North Sudan.
That's true.
Yeah,
Bear to Will is just, it's a lovely part of the world. And there he is. Hail the king. Oh, and there's Princess Emily. I think this is so sick and gross and wrong.
creepy.
Well, he's picked a very stable plot of land for his daughter. That's very thoughtful of him. As I read the story earlier, I was really trying to decide, is this cute or is this a crazy person? Like, not even like gross, but like crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm leaning in that direction.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, now think about it this way.
Come on.
He's got 3 kids, and only one. He goes there to make one of his children a princess, buys her crown, and insists that friends and family call her Princess Emily.
Definitively crazy.
Dear.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. 14-hour ride into the desert.
In a caravan.
Some contested region of the world where you could be shot and killed.
Easily.
And who do you appeal to? This is stupid. It's ridiculous. Lied to the child.
No,
it's what we do with children.
Yes.
Santa is real. Yes. Easter bunnies. All real.
Family show,
Totally real.
family show,
Totally
family
real.
show.
It's real.
Okay.
It's real.
You asked a question, who do you appeal to? And the answer is to the royalty of the country. And it just so happens that his daughter is well placed in that regard.
I hope
What's he
can
going
let
to
him
do?
off.
Take his 7-year-old over
I hope
there?
it's not a Game of
Come
Thrones
on, princess.
situation.
It's very...
You'll find your kingdom there.
What's wrong with just simply being a Frony, being a dad who's really into Frozen and
No, she was born a princess. That's the thing. You have to be born a princess, or you have to conquer lands and then take their
Can we just
gold
establish
and their
that
women.
Matt Welch is a Frony? He's
totally
describing himself.
He's okay, but he's a Frony, but he was late to the game. Because I will tell you one thing. There were those of us who were super into the movie Frozen, and there were others of us who were sitting at the desk who made fun of those of us who would cry when they would hear Let It Go.
I've never seen it.
Don't even say the title.
But were you born a princess?
I'm sorry.
Well, it's never too late. Just go snuggle up with Jeremiah Heaton. Maybe he'll make you a duke. All right, a working mom. A working mom in South Carolina ran out of options for child care when the laptop her 9-year-old would use while mom was at work was stolen. So mom sent the girl to a crowded park at the cell phone to play while she finished her shift at Mickey D's. I'm loving it. The girl was always surrounded by kids and families. But her mom was arrested. Have nosy people spoiled life for the rest of us, Camille Foster?
Yes. Undoubtedly, yes. This child had a cell phone. You ought to be able to go to the park in your neighborhood. This is pretty outrageous. I think around the same age, I was pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, someone come lock up my mom. But I didn't even have a cell phone.
What's more dangerous for a kid? Being in a park, a crowded park where there's lots of people by
Lots of
yourself
moms.
at age 9, or having your mom in prison.
Right.
Like, it's insane. I don't even know why we're...
I mean, but why is it assumed that this person is just doing something bad by fostering some independence in her child?
Well, one of the things that struck me, having grown up in a Russian household, is she admitted to the cops that she left her kid unattended, and I don't know if the cops had the discretion to not arrest her at that point once she admits her crime. So I grew up being taught by my parents, never cooperate with the police, never talk to them, never, I'm serious, never answer any questions. So the idea that we have in this country that you should talk to the cops and they're your friends, you can't talk your way out of an arrest, but you can sure talk your way into one, as she found out.
I think that there is a place for the government when it comes to, child protection laws, and there are some criminally negligent parents. This does not even come close to rising to that level, and there's an epidemic of this.
Yes.
There's a story this week, a 12-year-old, adolescent almost girl was left in a car for 5 minutes and it was hot out. She wasn't uncomfortable. Someone called the cops. mother arrested for that.
She was a princess, but she was a princess. I'm forgetting that part.
That's like
And
that's
the
just,
crown was actually melting to her head. It's
and
very.
it's just there has to be some discretion and like
No,
real
everyone's
adultness
nosy,
here.
and everyone thinks they have to stick their nose into your business, and kids can't be independent, and the world is safer now than it ever has been. And if you want a great website, go to freerangekids.com and read all of Lenore Skenazy's work on this very subject. Gentlemen, thank you both. We'll see you at the after show, correct?
Cool.
And we will give you instructions on how to find us there later. All right, by some accounts, Times Square is the worst place on earth. It's loud and crowded, but should the people who dress up like Buzz Lightyear and Hello Kitty be subjected to background checks and licensing? One New York City councilman thinks so, and he joins us in the flesh next.